It's time for Around the Ozarks news, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Good morning to you on Tuesday. Another brisk morning out there. Woo.
I don't like it.
I don't either. I'll tell you more about that coming up a little bit later, my views on this. But first, we're going to start out with some news, as we do, and then we'll get to the banter. How about that? Is that all right?
I think it'll work.
Okay. That's the format, so I'm going to stick to it. This morning, the Missouri Supreme Court is hearing oral arguments about whether a proposed constitutional amendment to legalize abortion should be on the November ballot. Time for decision is short. Today is actually the day that ballots are supposed to be printed for absentee voters in the November election. So, I don't know. Stay tuned about whether the proposed amendment will make it to the ballot. News could come at any time today, honestly.
I know. I was going to say, we don't know at what time that decision is supposed to come down. So, we'll see.
Yeah. And then if there are dominoes that have to fall in the background of this decision. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. The Ozark School District, meanwhile, just received nearly $800,000 in grant money to pay for tuition of more than 100 preschool students. Families of 4-year-olds in Ozark can qualify for free tuition regardless of income, which is something. The grant comes just weeks after another grant to Ozark of $100,000 will add 2 additional preschool classrooms. So Ozark knows where that grant money is. They're doing a good job.
Right. Extreme Exteriors Roofing and Siding LLC is growing. The Nixa company will break ground on Wednesday for a new headquarters building on West Mount Vernon and Nicholas Streets. It'll have a showroom and interactive display among some other cool amenities. It's going to be big and nice. Extreme Exteriors already has locations in Tennessee, Pittsburgh, Kansas. They have plans to expand into Sikeston, Missouri, and Mountain Home, Arkansas. And apparently just killing it over there at Extreme Exteriors Roofing and Siding. So good job. Good job
for them. That's
business
great.
People. Yes. All right. It's getting more expensive to live in Springfield, but hey, comparatively, we're still doing pretty well compared to the rest of the country.
Yeah.
An index score of 100 is the national average, but the lower the score, the better.
Okay.
So if 100 is the barometer, the national average, Springfield's second quarter index was at 87, but that's up from 86.1 during the same time period last year. So again, it has risen, which is going in the wrong direction. Our housing score, though, specifically, because they take lots of factors into consideration, housing here is still among the best in the nation as far as bang for your buck goes.
Okay. That's why we can never move from here. Everybody from more
That's not true.
places.
We could move here. We could move from here.
What I'm saying is, in general, people from other places move here and they can become the king of Springfield. But
Yes.
It's harder for us to move somewhere else and make the money work.
Yes, but we do not live or move or stay put based on money.
Okay.
It's not how we operate. I know that
it
you're
is
the
a
one
factor.
who keeps the books. I'm just letting you know.
It is a factor. So that's the reality that is on my half of the screen. If you're curious about UFOs, and boy, these days, who isn't? Because
I'm not really that curious about UFOs. I got to be honest with you.
Really, so much has come out in the last I don't know, 10 years. It seems like video, just weird stuff. Anyway, I'm speaking to everyone but Sarah, apparently.
No, I mean, you're right. What I'm more curious about, if I can just sidetrack for a moment, is I'm going to say it wrong because now I can't think what they're called, but it's like the prism things, the towers that are like being found in deserts, in like desert arid areas. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's a practical joke of some sort, I'm sure.
But is it like, how do they put them there so fast and like get them to stand up? Like you would have to go down so deep into the ground to get something that tall. I don't know. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
I think that's Probably AI.
I digress.
If you're
It's not AI. People have been to it and touched it.
no, I mean AI is doing it. I don't know how, but I just blame AI or a millennial. If you're curious about UFO, then you might want to get tickets for a speaker that's coming to November. Nixa in November.
You guys, we are new at talking. And so I just want you to bear with us today because we don't know how to speak into
Nixa
a
in
microphone,
November.
apparently.
What a
There you go.
professional broadcaster does is look ahead. And what I was doing was looking ahead, and those two words got mixed. So, you want to start this over?
No, I think it's great.
We're live. You
Please.
can't start it over. All right. The man who used to be in charge of the Pentagon's UFO investigation unit, so he seems like the real deal, is talking about what he knows. And I always wonder, what can he talk about without getting in trouble? You know what I mean? Because you can't just say anything that you get out of the Pentagon. So that makes me a little bit leery. I don't know. Lou Elizondo is coming to the ADOS Center in Nixa with an event called Universal Truth. The evidence is clear. We are not alone. That's spooky.
Listen, I don't want to go to this, but I need a reporter to go and please report back to me.
Tickets go on sale tomorrow at 8 a.m. Yeah, because you're interested in what he has to say.
Okay, maybe I'm curious. Maybe I'm curious.
He has credentials, and we all know that the government is always covering up stuff, right? The government is never telling us the full truth of anything.
Ethan lives with a glass that's half empty. You just need to know that about him.
No, I mean the government. That's what they're doing. That's why.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's certain
some of the
things
files are still blocked out.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, on to happier news.
They don't trust that we can handle it.
Yeah.
They're probably right.
This coming Saturday, you will have the opportunity to help St. Jude Hospital, which they do amazing work. It is the St. Jude Walk Run for Springfield happening at Hammons Field. The proceeds help support St. Jude Hospital. And if you're not familiar, the kids who are treated there, most of them with very, very serious conditions, never receive a bill from St. Jude. And that is incredible. No bill for treatment, travel, housing, food, nothing. Because they do events like this and raise money to help with the cost of operations. So it's a free event happening on Saturday, Hammons Field. Bring the whole family. Sign up right now. Just go to St. Jude Springfield Walk Run. There you go. So
yeah, that's great.
Really
that's
cool.
A good event. And it's the season for walks, all those outdoor events.
Yeah. And I did the St. Jude half marathon last December, and it was phenomenal.
Why did they do that in December, by the way?
A lot of people who run mileage, because there's a marathon and half marathon, they don't have the shorter distances there. And it is preferable to run in really. Your wife is the weirdo, not everybody else. So I like to run in hot weather. I don't know why, because it's hot and stifling, but most people prefer to run a marathon in cold weather.
Well, the race that you were just talking about in the wintertime is also in Memphis, right? So it's warmer. Yeah,
you go through the campus of St. Jude. Yeah, so it's warmer there than it is here, but it was still cold.
Yeah.
It's just cool. It's so well done, and you get to see people who have been beneficiaries of St. Jude and their families, and it's neat. Anyway, so this Saturday at Hammons Field. Also on Saturday is the Cattle Barons Ball, which a lot of people are familiar with that one. It is happening at the new Wilson Logistics Arena at the Ozark Empire Fairgrounds. Yeah. It's a fancy evening. Wear your best attire to benefit the American Cancer Society. They say dress to impress in your finest Western chic attire.
Western chic. I don't know if I have Western chic.
You know who has it?
I could get it.
Maria Nider. Maria, if you're watching this, I need to borrow your clothing. because it is a fun event. I know she, in the past at least, she used to MC it, and it was always fun for her to go to like PFI, which is now Cavender's, right? And shop. Anyway, fun times. But there is live music, food, live auction, silent auction. You can find all the information at Cattle Barons Ball, SWMO, so southwestmissouri.org. Cattle Barons Ball, SWMO.org.
Yeah, because you have to get those tickets in advance, right? You don't
Yeah.
just show up. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Cool.
All right. And then we don't want to forget about our contest.
Yep.
It is contest time, and somebody's got to win. And we often give away Chiefs tickets when they're playing at Arrowhead. But right now, the competition is for a McCole Hardman signed jersey.
Yeah.
Which he's amazing. He's
Yeah.
like a Super Bowl hero at this point.
Yep.
He also won the Branson, or you will also win the Branson official vacation destination of the KC Chiefs custom gear.
That's pretty cool. Those are
I
great
know
gifts.
it's a long, that's a mouthful, but that's
All
what
you
you're
have
going to get.
to do,
Is
all you have to
enter
do is
the
enter a
word.
contest. Yeah.
Do you remember the keyword, Ethan?
Is it? Well, I don't want to. I don't want to ask because then I'm going to confuse people.
It's dining.
Dining. That's what I was going to say. The keyword is dining.
You sound like the Star Wars
Professional. I sound like a professional
You
from
do,
a game show.
That too. Anyway, so make sure that you remember that keyword, because when you go to aroundtheozarks.com, click on contest Branson Bowl, and you'll need the keyword to win. So make sure you do that. Today is Tuesday. So you have Tuesday and Wednesday to enter. We will draw on Thursday, and we will announce the winner on Friday.
That's true. Although that's true.
There you go.
Can I talk about the weather now?
Yeah.
Yesterday was a rough day for me in many respects, because I woke up, I went outside, and then in the summertime, I have a Jeep that I keep the top off of. It's a 1995 Jeep. I bought it new in 95 in Las Vegas.
Oh, I thought it was a 90. I've been wrong all along.
No, that's your niece. Mine's a 95, and I've had it since I bought it, and now it's a great third car, which it always has been, but I didn't drive it as a third car. It was my main car. But anyway, I keep the top off it all summer long, and I keep it in the garage. So I parked my car outside during the summer because I don't mind getting in a hot car. Just turn on the air conditioning, right? So in the wintertime, I moved the Jeep over to the third garage, and it basically stays there. I put the top back on. It stays there all winter, and I park my car in the garage because I don't like to be cold. I don't like to get into a cold car. Well, yesterday morning, I went outside, and it was very brisk. And for the first time, I think it's the earliest ever in my history, but I turned on the seat warmers on September 9th. Is that what it was yesterday?
Yeah.
September 9th. I turned on the seat warmers. And then last night, I got home from work, ran the kids around to practice. Anyway, I'm in for the night, and I was like, man, oh man, it's a little cool in the house. So and I talked to Griffin about this, and he advised me the right way, honestly. I said, man, do I go sweatpants tonight? And basically I'm done with shorts around the house until probably April. And he thought about it for a second. He said, yeah, I think you got to go sweatpants. So I went sweatpants last night. I now lounge around the house in sweatpants rather than shorts, just so I can stay warm. So that's an official sign that fall is here, and you can now go get your pumpkin spice drink. Although I don't allow them in my house until October.
Yeah. Well,
That's a rule.
What about when you're not here?
Nothing pumpkin in the house until October at the earliest.
Okay. Well, if you must know, when you go run,
I don't go run.
Well, it's true. But when people go run and you look at the temperature, you're supposed to add 10 degrees and dress for that temperature. 10 degrees colder. Warmer. And it was funny because I showed up last week to run with my friends. Again, this is like well before sunup. And they have on insanely short shorts and sports bras. Now, listen, these are 50-year-old women going on 18-year-old bodies. That's the truth. But I'm like, what are you trying to prove? They're like, what do you mean? What are we trying to prove? It's hot. I'm in like sweatpants and a parka and like an ear warmer and gloves. Like, this is how I feel about it. This is how
you're
I feel
right.
about it.
You're right. And the
Yesterday
opposite.
morning when we woke up, what's the temperature right now? Yesterday morning was 49 degrees.
Yeah, that's absurd.
49 degrees.
That's completely absurd and frankly uncalled for.
It's uncalled for.
This time of year.
It's upsetting. When you say that we can't move, when you said that earlier, I'm like, yeah, we actually can to the equator.
The problem is they pay in
We're
sunshine
going to
at
the equator.
Yeah. You know, you have that rule with running. It's the opposite rule whenever I go to soccer. It's 10
you guys,
to 15.
Ethan, this is just a fun little tidbit about Ethan's personality. He was looking like he was doing really hard work. And I was like, I wonder what he's doing. Hard work. He was carrying his tub, like his plastic bin. Some might call it a tub because it's big, full of blankets, hats, scarves, mittens, coats, rain jackets. I'm sure that there's probably
umbrellas,
extra socks, possibly underwear. I don't know.
Yeah.
All in wool, like wool material, because he's going to the soccer field. Allison Sportstown.
No, not because I was going there, because the season is shifting, as we've been talking about. And from here on out, I don't know what I'm going to get at the soccer field. We were going to Wichita. I don't know what the weather's like in Wichita. I ended up on Sunday sitting outside in shorts and a short sleeve shirt, which I didn't think I'd do. But going forward, the weather can be anything. And we go all over the place to play soccer. Last year, it was Kansas City all the time. And it could be 30 to 40 degrees different in Kansas City on a soccer field than it is in Springfield, Mo. So I have everything. I put everything I folded it up. It's all in my bin that will stay in my car.
Preparedness.
Until May.
It's the name of the game.
So I can get through the winter.
Be prepared.
Yeah, I am. I am prepared.
Ready for
I don't
anything.
like cold weather. You got to be ready for that.
Ready for anything.
All right. That's probably it.
Anywho, all right. Tune in. Abby's next, and she's phenomenal. So she'll let you know what we can expect.
Yep. Have a great day, and we'll see you Wednesday.
Bye.